welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, hey, hi, how are you? What it do? My name is Alyssa and I am the girl with the plumb bob tattoo. Welcome to my channel. Today I am showing you a journal that was a commission for a family member's friend. It's a guy, so this is the first journal I've made with a man in mind. So I hope it's not too feminine. We've got a lot of like death and macabre and darkness in this. If you can hear my dog barking, I'm sorry, she's crazy today. So yeah, this is the journal. I made her out of a cardboard box like usual. It's pretty hard. I mean, it's definitely soft, you know, it's still bendable, but it's still it's gonna last, you know. I put Mod Podge and tissue paper over the cereal box, and I put cheesecloth and I painted over that and sprayed it, and it's got a lot of stuff. And then this cover, this part here, is just a photo that I printed and I put in a Ziploc bag and just sewed around that and attached it to the front. We have some moss that's kind of like bordering it, and I think it adds to like the whole mystical kind of look. There's a lock. It's not a real lock, it's just a charm. And then inside, you'll see the key. It's right there. When we go through it, you'll see. So yeah, let's just get through. It's got 3 signatures and a lot going on. So let's just open her up. We've got some sari silk as the opener. And let me just make sure we get you in frame. There we go. So this is the inside. We have some tags just in the front pocket right away, which are just journaling cards. And then inside also is this thing. I have it connected to Velcro because it always fell every time I opened the journal. So I made sure it would stay put by attaching it to some Velcro. And it's just a little journaling page. And my mom said, you know, oh, well, now we know the family member. She said that he could just, you know, journal on the, or like write a letter or whatever. This is like a wax thread, by the way, that I also bound it with. Let's use proper English, Alyssa. And it's actually pretty strong and works pretty well. So I never knew wax thread was a thing until this journal. So I will fix this when I go back through it. So there's that. We'll put those back in. Oh, and then this is the inside cover. Really, it just looks like a weird like newspaper thing with a guy just kind of like screaming on it. There's like a theme of that in the kit that I got for this journal. So that's on the inside cover. And then there's also one of a woman screaming on the other side. So I will fix that later. This is the first page. It says mysterious. We've got a little tag with a skeleton mama on it. Turn the page. So we got some stenciling and coffee dye. And this guy, I just kind of imagine him as like the head of the household. So this is like, I feel like this is a book you would find in like a haunted house, right? With like history, like a deep, rich history with a weird family that used to live here. And this was the head of the weird family that used to live there. So this is also, I imagine this as his daughter. This is just my imagination as I was making this, but obviously he can interpret it however he wants. And I imagine this woman to be the same as the skeleton thing on the cover. I imagine this is her later afterwards, after the family history went wrong. So anyways, let's turn the page. We've got a creepy tree, and then we've got this, which is the same woman just kind of like screaming again, and it's connected. This is actually a card, like a greeting card, and I completely altered it. Actually, it's more of an envelope, yeah. This is an altered paper clip that I just used to keep it attached to the book. This is the back. It says dusk, and it's got like a cute little, you know, raven or crow on it. On the other side of these women screaming is a voodoo doll, and then we've got a creepy little journaling card with the moon and all the phases and stuff. And then we've got inside the envelope, little postcard with Nosferatu on it. And then on the inside, I always leave a little opening, like pocket on the inside. So in here is a little like newspaper clipping from the family, what I imagine. And it's just a journaling card, of course. Oh, and then behind it is like a little portrait of the man and some women. I imagine like a wife and daughter. And then this is like the man of the house. We've got a little pocket, a creepy little pocket I made out of wrapping paper from from last Christmas, and we've got another little newspaper clipping. I just imagine this family made the news a whole lot because they had some creepy stuff going on. Maybe this could be like another daughter or a grandchild or something. This is another creepy family portrait of them. Looks like they're doing like a seance or something, and they've got like a skull, and it's creepy, all macabre. And then this flips out, and again, it's wrapping paper. And then we've got a pocket with some tags. Actually, this is a little envelope, so inside there actually is something in there. If I can grab it. It's a little ticket for arsenic poison. So that could be like a little clue about what happened to this family and this the man that ran it, or the woman, you know, because she's obviously the skeleton in the family. So I'm gonna put that right back in the envelope. It's like a little receipt for whatever could have happened here. So on the other side, it's also like a little ripped up pocket, and I have this tag that I made. I did not draw this. It looks like a drawing that I would have done, but I did not draw it. So it just sticks right in there. And we've got another side pocket with some more tags. Use them as a bookmark, whatever. But I did make a bookmark. It is on the other side. So I'll show you the bookmarks as we go along. There are a couple bookmarks. This is a creepy little page of a man in a greenhouse just kind of wandering around. I imagine that would be their greenhouse. Turn the page. More flowery, creepy scenery. And then we have a flip page with some music, and I know this is sparkly, but it's dark, and I just feel like, you know, darkness as long as it's dark, right? I made a little tab out of ribbon, sparkly ribbon, and this is a scroll that he can journal on. It is like a real scroll. I hot glued the wax string to it so it'll stay put, but I really don't feel like unraveling this, so I'm not going to. But it's just what you would expect, just a regular scroll, and I attached it with an eyelet and a safety pin. This is the middle of the first signature. We've got another like portrait. This is all men this time, so maybe the father and sons. And then inside the pocket is another pocket. And if we just unravel it, by the way, it says cursed, and it's got some crows on it and stuff. So if we just unravel it, this is what it looks like. And there's like a little eye poking out at you, and another postcard on the inside of it. It ties pretty easily. You just put it through the inside and close it and then tie it. I'm gonna do that later. Next page, we have a little pocket that I made. There is like a theme of a little girl here that kind of pops up a lot. She has like haunted little dolls that you'll see in another signature. It's like more dedicated to the dolls. This is another little writing tag. I use like a burn effect, so I rip paper and then I just ink it so it looks like it was burnt. This is the coolest layout ever. Okay, so if you can't see, this is a ghost. Let me make sure it's focused right. This is a ghost on the outside, right? And then this looks like a window on the outside of the house where you can see like creepy people, little girls holding a seance on the inside, and they're all kind of looking out like all creepily. And then on the other side of the page, when you're looking at this, you see the ghost from outside the window. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And then holding this pocket together and shut is a little magnifying glass that I got at Hobby Lobby. And it works. Like it's actually functional. I don't know if you can see, like it really is zooming in on those little details right there. I mean, the camera's probably not going to pick it up very well, but this is functional, and I got it it was listed for $3.99 and it was half off, so I got this for a really, really good deal, and I thought it would look really cool in this journal. So on the inside of this pocket, we have a couple things. Okay, so this is my favorite insert that I've ever made. Let me show you. This is the family album that I imagine the father would have kept in his wallet or something, but they're all freaked out, scared, or we've got like that guy who's not, and then on the other side it's the same with the crazy family members. Reminds me of the Addams Family a little bit, and it just, you know, it just folds in like that and goes right in the pocket. And then this is just a creepy little crossword. I think this is a Gothic art and art and architecture little crossword that he can do. I like to put in little like activity sheets in all these pockets because like what else am I gonna put in there besides a million tags that I already have in pockets? So we're just gonna put this, like close it up with the little magnifying glass charm and go to the next page. There's obviously some plain pages to journal on. We have an envelope with some goat skulls or something, I'm not sure. And it opens up and we have like a little piece of paper in it. It's nothing special, but it's double-sided so you can write on the front and back. And that just goes right back in the belly band. Next page. Got the house, the creepy little house with Christmas ribbon, or I don't even know, like Christmas trim as the tab. And I imagine this is like a crypt that one of the family members is in. And next page. Got some plain pages. This is the second signature. And because the cereal box has such a large side, there is a gap, but I don't think he'll mind too much. The outside of this signature is a greeting card that like was folded out a lot, so I thought it was really cool. And it has like a really nice texture and it's got the gold, and I just put a house on there and the word eerie. And this is the creepy doll signature. So we have like obviously some cryptic symbolism. We have a little doll with a big doll. I don't know. It looks like a little girl, but you know, it could be just a scary doll. And on the inside, we have teeny tiny little tags of creepy little creatures that are backed with some paper. So you can write on those, I guess. I'm not really sure what the point is of tiny tags, but I've always wanted to make them. And this kit came with them, so may as well. Next page. I really like this paper, but you can't overuse it, obviously. So this is actually a pocket, and inside is another crossword. Don't need to see all of them though. On the next page, we have stairs and a little ghost shadow person. I made a little ruffle ribbon tab. And this is a cool page. So this I got from an idea from this like crazy journal that I saw on YouTube. I'll link the video in the description, but this is a cloth that I dyed. And when you lift it up, you see an eye on the next page. And it kind of reminds me of like sewn flesh, honestly. Like it reminds me of Leatherface a little bit, because I had to sew this back together because when I dyed the thing, it was already on the paper. Like I dyed it on the paper and then I tried to sew it, and when I took it out of the sewing machine, it ripped everywhere. So I had to sew around the rip and kind of put it back together. But this is a pocket too that has a little granny screaming on it, I guess. Next page, we have a little vintage music sheet, some coffee dyed paper. This is another envelope that flip out. I have a crow on one side of the envelope, and then on the other side is a stamp of an empty cage. We have some creepy dolls and children as the tags, and those go back into that pocket. And another Christmas ribbon thing as a tab, if you can see it. Next page, the ribbon tab thing actually folds up on the on the inside signature, and it has a really creepy doll or girl, I don't know, that just stares at you. And then on the inside is the person who controls the doll, the devilish lady. So that closes again, and then we have a little paper with a title thing. This is the inside of the envelope. I stamped it with this like letter stamp, and we have some tags, just goes back on in there. Other side, little notes area, which I just kept white, but I inked the edges so it looks a little more vintage. Next page. On the other side with the vintage music paper, we have our first bookmark, and this is the key, you know, supposedly unlocks this book. And then this is the bookmark. I actually got this paper, this red paper, from the dollar store, and I just went ahead and glued and sewed some of the stuff from the kit, and then I glued and sewed a little bit this feather on the top. The other side I'm not sure is very, I mean, I guess you could journal on it, but it's It's like heavily textured, so I don't know. But it's a good bookmark, I think. And it adds a little intrigue to the top with the feather, which I really like. We have the vintage music paper with the other side of that bag, and I left it plain so we can write on it. And then there's another crossword or word search or whatever on the other side of the bag. And I leave some of the side pockets kind of open so other people can stash their own stuff or pictures or whatever in there too. So I don't want them to be completely overstuffed. And then we have Spectre. It's kind of like a similar pocket to the one with the little girl, but now it's like a puppet. And then we have another doll and another person controlling the doll. It's just like devilish, you know what I mean? Just demonic. There was something going on inside this house. They were up to some shenanigans. Another so-called burnt page. And then this is a little graveyard. And this is open too as another pocket. And then this is actually a little coloring page, which I'll show you. It's got Medusa on it. So you can color that. It's like a little activity. I like putting little activities in my journals. So there's the other side of those cool papers that I got. Unfortunately, it is a little wrinkly, but we can just disregard that. Next page, this is the other side of the outside of the signature, and it flips out. This is kind of a nice picture of like a little pond and field and mountains. And then when you flip it out, I ended up putting over some like crazy paper and I stamped it on the inside. And then we have another paper clip with a feather holding some more demonic looking faces and another little paper to write on and journal. So then you close that up and go to the other side, and it's also holding another little tag on that side. And then it kind of looks like wallpaper, this paper. So I kind of like that, the little effect on it. The last signature has a big picture of the house on it and a little tab. And if you go on the other, it says ominous with an I, and we've got some tabs. So on the other side, we have another pocket of the family doing another seance thing, and then a longer tag, on the inside of that. Turn the page. We have a belly band, I guess, with some eyes on it, and it holds just another postage thing. So then you just put it right back in underneath the horizontal belly band. Turn the page. Got some normal paper. Bats. So another Nosferatu, because why not? And then we have some little mini bat tags that go on the inside of that. And turn the page. This is a cool little pocket that I made. So this was the end of the paper bag that I have earlier here. It was just the end of it. So I just used that as another kind of vertical horizontal pocket. We have a snake with a skull, and then a little, like, I think, honestly, it reminds me of Lucifer, like a demonic looking angel. That's what it reminds me of. So it's like they were making deals with the devil or something. That goes right on in there. It's kind of a tight space, but it'll fit. And on the inside, we have a few more things. We have another bookmark with another feather on it, and it says ghostly. And yeah, it's got a skull. Again, I got this paper from the dollar store, and it was already cut like this small, so it had to be this small. I really, really like that color of the feather. And then we have an empty, oh wait, no, it's not empty. This is an envelope with a little dragon on it, and on the inside there's a little snake tab or tag. I call tags tabs and tabs tags. It's a struggle out here. It's a struggle. And then the other side is plain, so he can write on it if he wants to. Another stationery page. Another one of these guys. I did not alter this paper clip, but whatever. It's fine. Another stationery. We have another Nosferatu bookmark with another feather. It says vampire on it, and all this paper is really textured. I really like how it feels. And then on the other side, we have another snake and more pockets, another demonic angel thing, and a skull tag, and they go right on in there. Another tight fit, I guess. I had to glue these with Elmer's glue because, you know, I can't sew over the pocket. We have a tab with a skull on it and some plain paper. One last pocket, I think. No, there are more pockets. Never mind, but we have more tags. And, you know, it just looks like they were into some crazy stuff. It was a crazy family. We have gargoyle. It's like an upside down pocket with another tag in it, and another pocket with macabre and another daughter or wife, I presume, and some more tags. This one's cool. I like that one. And on the other page, that's that. And then we have one more pocket on the last page with the same creepy tree. And it's another envelope, but this one is empty. But it's cute. I like it. And, you know, more portraits of the creepy family. And then on the other side, I thought it was really cool. I put this was just a regular fabric that I got from somebody, and it had these roses on all of it, on all sides. Let me try and make sure you're focused. And I sewed some portraits on it before I attached it to the book. So, you know, we got a rose in the center and some crazy people on either side. And this was the first bookmark I made for it, which just had a doll or a little toddler on it, and it said Sinister. And again, this paper I got from the Dollar Tree. And then another Dollar Tree paper that I just sewed some things onto once again. Eerie, it is called. And it's got another feather. It doesn't stick out, but whatever. And then another newspaper of a woman freaking out on the other side. So that is my journal, y'all. I wanted to get this recording out of the way so that I could go ahead and wrap it and get it ready for the guy who is going to be getting it. So I will be making more Sims videos. This is just something I really wanted to do beforehand. And this is what I was doing when I was taking a break from YouTube. Like, I was down in the basement every day creating this thing. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to know your thoughts, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye, loves. Mwah.